is killing Israelis and killing Jews.
Why is it that the Palestinians cannot go by dialoguing with these people through other international bodies?
Straight talk, no holds barred.
That's what Hamas did, and Hamas say they didn't do it, but Hamas lied.
You contradict what America's report, you contradict Israel's report.
The Liberation Organization died. The children, they will rise up tomorrow and fight for liberty.
Biggest conversations from around the world. Borderlines with Ireti Bakare-Yusuf. Fridays at 4 p.m. Let's talk.
If a leader is not informed, he's bound to be deformed.
So many organizations don't even have a workplace sexual harassment procedure or reporting channel. So if there's no place to even report, how do I even report these issues?
AstraZeneca and Moderna vaccines cannot be mixed.
You cannot say bring that one too.
I cannot say bring that one to make I just manage them. No.
99.3 Nigeria Info. This is The Voice Note on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It was why we sang and danced in the night, why we lit fires that burned through the night, why we chose a flag colored in freedom, for now we would be kings in this our kingdom. But our first head of state was Igbo, and the next, though his soul also Igbo. Then Angas ruled, followed by Hausa, and then came the turn of Yoruba. Then Hausa came back for a term cut short. When power was taken by an Hausa gunshot, then Gwari claimed his turn to rule, but a mandate stolen was his downfall. Then Kanuri came, and it's quite probable that he'll still be ruling if not for that apple. Then Yoruba returned, not once, but twice. Then Hausa returned, but died in peace. Then he left us a while to worry and wonder. When it was over, Ijo had power, and after him came that titanic shift, and now we can see that Hausa is back, leaving me with this troublesome thought: where in all this is my own president? For where I was born is not where I'm from, and where I'm from is not my home. So when the tribes gather, I often wonder, who will I fight when you're both my brothers? Nobody asked when we were children. Before we play, are you a Muslim? We shared a space that nobody claimed, but now you ask me to choose a side. When we were students, nobody asked if North and South could share a desk, if East and West could study together, but now you tell me that I'm a stranger. Stranger, yes, to these ways of thinking that tribe is everything. The Niger and Benue, they meet in my hand. I'm not an indigent, but this is my land. And this is my language, I speak nothing else. My home is here, I know nothing else. My tribe is my nation, I am nothing else, and this is my country. I have nowhere else. And so, though people are quick to assure me, to tell me this country I live in is free, deep in my heart, I know that freedom, my freedom, is yet to come, when no one will question my origin, when no one will call me a non-indigent, when no one will kill me because of my faith, when no one will cheat me because of my state, when my state will be wherever I live and will change whenever I choose to move, the day I find not a Nigerian president, but that a Nigerian is finally president. And so, while the flag of ethnicity still flutters over this land of two shining rivers, and the tribes take their turn to misgovern my country, I look to the future, for I'm not yet free.
This isn't a Game of Thrones. It's the game of information.
The German foreign minister went to Beijing to reaffirm that Europe would not let China invade Taiwan.
And more information.
Government can't keep taking the fall for your own mess, for your own mistakes.
And more information.
We did some work on the Third Mainland Bridge before. Where are there potholes now?
You want to play?
Political way to distort. Let me tell you.
It's game on. Let the games begin.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info. Get free updates at the best of talk.
Women have to work twice, even thrice as hard for them to get things that just come so naturally to a lot of men who feel that leadership is their right.
We're in prisons for how many years? For 6 years, 8 months. Were you going to court from prisons then? Yes, but before I started court, it took me 2 years. Just being in prison? Yes. Without your case even started at all? Confinement. You were there? Yeah.
Here on your number one station for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Good afternoon, Lagos, Nigeria, Palestine, Israel, Europe, wherever you're joining us from. Right now we have technical issues. My guest, I have seen her, she's there, but I cannot see the screen. The screen is off. As I said, the screen is off, and for some reason, these gremlins seem to show their faces. Ah, there she is. Okay, so we can get started. All right, let me introduce her. But before I introduce her, let me give you okay, my mic has just gone off. I can no longer hear myself. My mic has gone off. We seem to be having all sorts of weird technical issues. Alice, please bear with us 1 second. Right, I'm back. Okay, so let me give you a background, listeners. This is Borderlines. Welcome to Borderlines, the only show that takes you beyond borders. Today I have a special guest. In fact, she isn't just special. She is the first displaced Palestinian who is going to be telling us her story in real time. And when I say real time, as in literally, it is happening to her now. I'll give you a background. So 11 months or so we've been doing this show. It's also 11 months into the Israel-Palestinian conflict. Today, we're going to be speaking to a strong Palestinian family who are fighting back, who are refusing to give up their land. The land is a UNESCO site. I'm going to let her tell us all about it. All you've got to do is Google Al-Makr, I think I'm pronouncing it as best as I can, near Bet Jala, and you will see what is simply stunning, absolutely stunning land. Now, according to reports, over 700,000 armed Israelis are forcefully taking over homes and lands of Palestinians in the West Bank. So we talk about Gaza a lot. Today, it's about the West Bank. The unlawful appropriation of properties by an occupying power amounts to pillage, which is prohibited by both the Hague regulations and the Fourth Geneva Convention. In actual fact, the ICJ ruled just recently that Israeli occupation is illegal. So I'm not going to extend this much longer because she's joining us all the way from the West Bank. Her name is Alice Kisiya, and she's simply one of the most inspiring, strong, formidable women that I have ever had the honor of actually connecting with. Alice, welcome to Nigeria, albeit virtual.
Hi, Ireti, and hi to all Nigerian. Actually, I had so many Nigerian friends when I was in Cyprus. I was studying there media, and I love Nigerian people. Well, and thank you for having me. It's my honor.
No, it's our honor. It's our honor to hear from you firsthand what some read about, what some are yet to understand, and to actually have somebody like you who is living that truth, who is living that reality, who is living that violence right now. So tell us about your family first, the Kisiya family, and how long you've been in that land.
Okay, our family is a small family, but we are coming from a big tribe. We've been in our land since ancestors, and my dad got it from his grandfather. He's been there, planting. He was there taking care of the land before we decided to even open a restaurant. In 2000, my dad saw that he could make a very good business there, which is in nature. And since he's a good cooker, he's a chef, so he can make a very nice Arabic food in the nature. And he started his small business in 2000. But the occupation didn't like the idea. In 2005, he started to bring demolition order. And until it was really demolished, it was 2012. So in 2010, we built our house, our cute house that was demolished as well. But it wasn't demolished at the first or second or third time. It was demolished at the fourth time when they destroyed the restaurant for 4 times. So basically in 2012, 13, 15, 19, we had 4 big demolitions, illegal demolitions. And in the fourth time, with the deceiving of the lawyers, okay, because we have changed 7 lawyers in this case, and each one, they were really deceiving us. They were only taking money and working for the other side. So we lost our houses and our house and restaurant, and we kept fighting for the land. And we slept in the land for 5 years with tents, so we won't leave it for the settlers. And we had courts between us and the JNF, which is the Jewish National Fund. This is the biggest Zionist organization. It supports Jewish. Everyone maybe abroad, they know that it helps to plant trees, but unfortunately they are uprooting trees in the West Bank. They are supporting settlers to build settlements and to be violent against the Palestinians and any other people that not settlers. They are really violent. So in the court, we succeed to get back our land. We had a land registration from the civil administration, the Israeli one, so people would understand that our land lies in the Area C. Area C, it's a Palestinian territories under the Israeli army authorities. So whenever we want to do something there, we don't go back to the PA, we go back to the civil administration. So we issued the land registration in my father's name, since he inherited this from the guy in our tribe. And we got it since 2014. And they claimed in 2017 by the small company, private company of the JNF, it's called the daughter of JNF, Himenota. It deals with the West Bank territories. Okay. It claimed that they bought the land in 69. So when we went to the archive of the state to see the original documents or the agreements that they were done, we find it empty. They fake documents, and in the court we proved that. But you know, the JNF, it's like a state. It's the state of Israel. It's very powerful, and it's really hard to stand against it. But we succeed in the court to stand against the JNF and many other entities. And after 1.5 years from the court decision, the settlers came with the protection of the army, and they broke the gate of the land, and they let the settlers in. And then since in 31st of July, I called the police, so they, as a Palestinian who has Israeli citizenship, they should come and protect me, because in the 1st of May, before 3 months almost, the same thing happened. And I called the police, and they took the settlers out of my land, and they kicked them out. So this time they got everything planned, and with the war and with the all eyes on Gaza and all the things that's happening, the mess that's happening, and Smotrich that's supporting the violence of the settlers, they planned everything. So when I called the police, they came and arrested my brother the first day. They kept him 3 hours away, so the settlers would keep doing what they were told to. And after 8 hours from them staying in my land and expelling us, the army came with a military order. It says that my family land is a closed military zone. The first 3 days they were giving military order for 24 hours and renewable. And then when they saw that we are not tired of asking for our rights, they issued a 1 month military order. It was supposed to end on the 2nd of September. And since then, we've been going back and forth and trying to get back our land and to ask for our rights with activists, Arabs, Jews, Christians, Muslims, many foreigners who's joining us. And unfortunately, it's very hard to stand against army. They were so violent, and we've been trying to enter our land. We succeed to enter it. Even the army were inside, maybe 5-6 times we entered. Our land is very wealthy. It has figs, olives, apricots, grapes, and many things. And this is the right time to get this fruit from the trees. And we didn't. This is the first year that we don't eat from our trees. So this is basically the struggle. We set up a tent, a solidarity tent, to bring more attention and more people to that area. And unfortunately, before 2 days, they came up with an order to demolish the tent. So they took it and they didn't let us there. And they issued a larger military order for a larger zone for 24 hours. But it finished before 2 days. So what I'm thinking is definitely I'm going to go back, but I'm working with very powerful strategies. I'm not leaving it, never. I'm not leaving the land, but I have to work smart.
Thank you so much for that. It appears you've been fighting this for what, 6 years or so now? And it hasn't stopped.
No, it's more.
It's more.
It's more. It's since 2005 when they started.
Wow.
It's more. It's almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years. Yes, absolutely. It'll be 20 years next year.
And just to mention a very important thing, that this is the last Christian village in Bethlehem. So if they really make a settlement, they're connecting settlements, they will set up a wall, an apartheid wall. Bethlehem will die. The Christians will immigrate. There is no more Christians in that city, and this is so dangerous for the popularity of the Christians because they already immigrated. We are already like maybe 15% in Bethlehem. It's 0.0 something in the whole country. We are decreasing in numbers.
You're becoming a minority where you used to be a majority.
We are minority.
Yes.
We are minority, and it's not this Israel-Palestine was never about religion. People say that maybe Jews and Muslims are in conflict. No, they are taking everything with them. It's never about religions. We've been living here before them, Jews, Christians and Muslims, before this country come here. We've been living in peace. So it was never and it will never be a religious war.
Indeed. Well, thank you for saying that, because you've literally taken two of my questions and you've addressed it. So let's talk about actions. Since the first time I saw your story and I got in touch with you, it would appear that the violence has escalated and it keeps going higher and higher to the point where right now, I need my listeners to know, you are talking to me from inside your car.
Yeah.
Right. So now you are no longer on your land, correct?
Yes, I'm no longer on my land. And just to mention that the second they issued the military order, that means they have no official documents. And I know that from before. But they are supported by the military in order to evacuate people from their homes, from their lands, and giving it to the settlers. They didn't succeed by law to get us out. If they 1% they had any official document, they would go to the court and ask for eviction order. And who should do the eviction is the police, not the settlers. So it's getting complicated here. They are trying to steal more and more lands, and I'm sure it's not about settlement here. It's about a larger thing here, and I'm sure there are things behind this land theft, because we are the only family that's facing this land theft.
Right, I was going to ask you about the Makor community. Tell us about that community. How big is it? How many families there? You know, the population.
Okay, this is agricultural valley, so it's mostly for Christian people from Beit Jala. What I'm really sad for is that since that day that the settlers came, I never saw a Christian from Beit Jala standing in solidarity with my family. And it's really painful to see people from your own place, from your own town, are being fought because they are cowards, they are afraid. And even the municipality of Beit Jala, it's not doing anything. They didn't show up. They refused to show any documents. And it's literally, it's something more messy than we think. It's more dirty than we think.
You think it's sinister? Yeah. And could it also be, though, that they are afraid? Because, Alice, let's be frank, your sister and your family are incredibly courageous. You are demonstrating the kind of courage that most people wouldn't. You know, you faced the military, you faced the settlers, you've literally said to them, go away. I mean, I've seen the videos, and I can only think all the time, oh my God, I hope they don't kill her. Oh my God, I hope they don't shoot her. You are totally fearless. Could it then be that those other Christians are afraid to speak up because they think if I speak up, suddenly they will come after my land too?
Actually, when I see one of my neighbors sitting with settler, I would see that he's coward, okay? But that doesn't mean that he should deal with him. Even if you are afraid, you do not dare to deal with him. Because if this day comes to me, he should know that this day would come to him and his family. And karma is very strong. It will come back to him. And for me, I will keep fighting for my land. I will keep fighting for this valley because it's very precious. It's very old. It's very historic. And all my memories and my family memories are there. And I'm not leaving it that easy. Even if I'm not in my land, I'm still fighting for it. And I know it's not easy to confront settlers, but even I know that the settlers, these young settlers that the JNF are using, these are kids that have been brainwashed, and I'm talking about 12, 13 years old kids.
Wow.
I'm not talking about adults, and I'm talking about kids that come from welfare, from orphans, homeless, that they give them like a program or agricultural school, and they put them in lands that they don't even belong to them, and they brainwash them as if it's written in the Bible or Torah that this is from God that gave it to us before 2,000 years, and they are changing the names of the area. Like, for example, this valley is called Al-Makhrur since a very, very long time. And they are trying to change its name to Wadi Khalat. Wadi Khalat, it's another place. And even the military order that they issued, it's for another place. It's not for the Wadi al-Makhrur. And the military order, it's personalized only for my family. Even my neighbors can enter, or even the settlers can enter. Any civilians can enter. But if they see me, they would arrest me. And they arrested me before.
Wow.
They arrested me on 25 of August. They were trying to accuse me hitting settlers, stealing cars, or whatever they were trying, maybe 5, 6, 7 accusations. But at the end, with the power of God and the angels that are protecting us, they couldn't. And when I saw who accused me, it's State of Israel, not settlers. So I'm facing a whole state.
Yes,
it's not easy.
Certainly
it takes
not.
a lot of energy, but I believe in the power of God, that their day is coming sooner than we think.
Indeed.
And it's so close.
Yeah, indeed. Let's talk about, and like you said, you're fighting a whole state. The Israeli government, there are members of the Knesset. Are there any of them that are supporting you at all, that are standing by you and helping you to fight? Please tell us about
Yes. There were members of Knesset like Ofer Kasif. He's a very, very honorable guy. Aida Tuma, she showed up as well before 2-3 weeks. Many organizations, Israeli organizations that fighting for peace, and also the Wall and Resistance for PA, Palestinian Authority, are supporting us. Even the churches, they showed up before, let's say, the Patriarch Michel Sabah and the Father Tallah Hanna, they were on the march on the 3rd of September, but the action of the churches are absent. It's taking too much time. I know that they can help. We've been in this struggle for 20 years and they weren't here for us before. Christians here are suffering. Many people here are suffering, not only Christian, but let's say about Bethlehem thing. It's awful. Most of the Christians immigrated, and there will be no Christians in this city. Like literally, they will. And the thing is, living here is very hard because of the separation, because of the political and economical issues. It's not easy for Christians to be in Bethlehem like before. And the thing that for me and my
go ahead, finish that sentence. Go ahead.
Sorry, for me and my family, we've been struggling many years, and if we were like others who sell their homes and left, we are not like that. We stick to the land, even if they offered us thousands or millions, and they did before, we didn't accept, and that's why they demolished our house as well.
You mentioned about, when you were listing those who are supporting, you mentioned the Palestinian Authority, which is Fatah. So what are Fatah actually doing now? Is the Mahmoud Abbas, is he part of your resistance? You know, what exactly are they doing? Yes, you're a Palestinian with Israeli citizenship, but you're also a Palestinian, and you are also a French nationality. What are the French authorities doing as well?
The French came 2 times and they came before. Before they didn't do anything with the demolition, but now I think they are moving because there is some danger on me and on my family.
Of course.
Yes, and violence from the settlers and from the army. The French consulate is investigating, is negotiating with the Israeli side, and it takes time. It
doesn't happen overnight. Yes,
exactly. So
but we're still waiting. One can ask, where have they been for the last 20 years, because you've been going through this by yourself, and Emmanuel Macron could speak to the French ambassador in Israel and get them to pick up and speak to the Israeli authorities, but I guess that's that's a fairy tale that I just said, right? Yes, indeed.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's true. I mean, I could see it on your face. It's a fairy tale. Look, if you've got a question or comment for Alice, And I know what you are like, because as I said to all of you listeners, we are streaming live, by the way. I forgot to say, we're streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook. The telephone number is 0201-277-0993. The female line is 0201-465-7190. If you have a word of encouragement, because I think if you've listened to Alice, if you just need to go and watch their videos. Go to her handle at Kisiya Alice. You will see all the evidence. You can send a WhatsApp on 0809-597-5805. Words of encouragement is of utmost urgency right now. So let me come back, and they've already started calling, just as I expected. One of the things that I saw, that I've seen in your videos, that I've heard from you today, that's a recurring pattern, is your faith. It's that deep, unwavering faith. You have this, as a Christian, you are convinced that somehow, God, Jesus, the faith, the Bible in which that drives you, is going to come and fight for you. Where does that faith come from, Alice? Especially when you faced with persistent 20 years of aggravation. 20 years of aggravation. I mean, you could go back to France. You could just sell up and go back to France. Most people would have sold up. But you're like, no, we don't want the money. I mean, not just you, your sister and your mom and your family. We don't want the money. We're going to keep fighting because we know we're on the right side and God is on our side and God is going to fight for us. Where does that faith come from, Alice?
Actually, my mom and dad, because I've learned so many from them. They have so many patience. They have faith in God, and they are strong. And the most important, they have dignity, which doesn't allow them even to be a part of to be a part of selling lands to settlers, or even to participate in something like this. And even my dad has his own memories in that land, and each one of us has his own memories there, and it's so precious. So I'm following the teaching of Jesus Christ, and the teaching of Jesus Christ, it's another faith. It's different. It's totally different than any study, than any church. When you stick to the teaching of Jesus, and you believe, just like as he said with the
tiny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Khardal, we say in Arabic.
Yes.
You can do many things. So this is what I
with
believe.
A small amount of faith. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I believe that this faith and this patience is not worthless. It has so many gifts, and it will get back to us. And I know when God puts me in something, I don't give up, or I don't leave it until I'm finished. And this is my mission now. And before 1 year and a half, I was going to, I had an accident, motorcycle accident.
Wow.
And angels saved me because it was really hard. And this is why he saved me, because I have a mission. Otherwise, I'm giving my soul to him. So I don't care. When it's the right time, he can take me back to him.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I'm ready, and I'm ready to follow his signs to achieve the justice.
Indeed. Let me just answer a call. I know they're calling already. Hello. Okay, you'll have to call back. Sorry about that. I think my listeners. Okay, here we go. My listeners who are listening to you, I've just heard you right now, who are Christians, indeed even those who are Muslims, and of course those who are Jewish, you've said something really critical. My faith is not in the church. My faith is in the teachings of Jesus Christ. I think that's a whole different level. Let me just go. Hello. Yes, good afternoon.
Good Good afternoon.
Your name, where you're calling from. 1 minute, please. Ask your question or your comments, please.
Oh, please. I'm calling from Lagos, but I have a word for your guest there.
Okay.
She has made a statement which I very much fancy. I want to draw the attention of the hearers. The problem they are having is heavenly, because before Abraham was born, and they are the Palestinians are the owner of, they established Jerusalem. Because Genesis chapter 10, verse 15 down, says generation of Ham. Because Ham saw the nakedness of the father when Noah drank. When Noah woke up, it did not cause Ham, it caused Canaan. And when Canaan grew up, he went to establish Jerusalem. Jerusalem was the real city of the Palestinians. Because of that cause, that was why Genesis chapter 12, when God called Abraham, then told him to look at that. Abraham never knew whether that was Jerusalem or not.
I need you to wrap up, sir, because we don't have much time. Alice is joining us from her car. I need you, and the lines are going really wild right now. I need you to wrap up, sir.
So, since that cause was pronounced, God handed over the whole land of the Palestinians to Abraham's descendants. It is there inside the Bible for them to read. That cause is still there.
Okay, thank you,
So that
sir.
is the problem that they are having.
Okay.
It is not political.
Okay, thank
you. It's
you.
not man-made.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon. Can you turn your radio off, please?
Yes.
Your name, where you're calling from?
My name is
And very
Pastor
quickly.
Badamosi from
Pastor,
Suzeri.
go ahead, Pastor,
Yes.
very quickly, please.
Yes, I'm thanking the lady with you.
Her name is Alice.
Ali, yes. She's done well. God will be with her. She has a very strong faith. She's a good Christian. She should continue because she's been told that they are going to win, and I think they will win.
Okay.
She should not leave that place. She should stick to that place. I will continue to pray for her in my private prayers. God will be with her. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you very much. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from? And you have 30 seconds, please.
Yeah, my name is Peter Omonse from Shomolu. I think what I want to tell her is that the Bible says...
Can you speak slowly, slowly, so she can understand you? Go ahead.
Okay. The Bible says that many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him from them all. I think I want her to believe in the Lord, stand on the Lord. Whatever she goes through, her faith in the Lord will deliver her from them all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Okay, my name is Sam from Mowe.
Okay, go ahead.
Greeting to your guest.
Her name is Alice. Go ahead.
Alice, okay. My question is, are there no Christians still in Israel up to today? And if there are Christians, why can't align with them?
Okay,
And,
why doesn't she align with the Christians in
the other
Israel?
Christians
Right,
in
not the
Israel.
ones in... Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Alice, just 1 second. The lines are literally going crazy. 1 second. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Madam Bakare.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Ugochi from Tapaiton.
Okay, go ahead. Very quickly, please.
Good evening, Alice.
Good evening.
Yeah. I really appreciate your faith, your strength. But you are very courageous. You are very, very courageous.
Thank you very much. We had a question there before, because the lines are crazy. The lines are really wild, Alice, and just as I expected. The gentleman before asked a good question. He said, why have you thought of aligning with the Christians in Israel, not just the ones in the West Bank, which is effectively Palestine?
Of course. And we got the support. As I told you, in the March on the 3rd of the September, the support of the United Churches in Jerusalem. But showing up, it's not like taking actions, okay? And if he's talking about the people, unfortunately, they are less Most of them who are supporting me are foreigners. They are Christians, some of them, but they are not from my country.
Right.
This is the idea. They are not Arab Christians. This is the problem. So I wanted to say that I'm planning on a big global
protest.
Prayers.
Yes.
Yes. So I would like also Nigeria to be a part of this.
Well, why don't you tell us now? Because I know you're planning I mean, when I say planning, when you say global, we're talking Australia, Bosnia, Czechoslovakia, England, US, UK. It's literally all over the world, and there are more countries joining. I know that because I've seen the community. So tell us what you want to happen on that day, the date, and what you would like us to do.
On that day, we're gonna go to stand in front the main churches. We're gonna pray. We're gonna lift slogans, peaceful slogans. We're gonna ask for humanity. We're gonna put the attention and the pressure on the churches to start to move forward in protecting Christians in Bethlehem and in the Middle East, because they have to act.
And its date again, give us the date again, 29th, did you say?
29, yes, 29 of September. Whoever, he can send you a message, we can add him to the group, and we can decide, because there is different timing, like east, west, and this, we will set up a certain time. We're gonna go live from Bethlehem with the prayers, with the standing together, united Christians, Muslims, and Jews.
Thank you very much.
Against the evil.
Against the evil. Thank you. Let me answer more calls. Hello?
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Go ahead, please. Your name, where you're calling from?
My name is Godman.
Okay, go ahead.
Ali, wow, you're such an inspiration. As in, you are, oh my God. Your faith, your boldness, your courage, your strength. Some men can't even do what you're doing. So I just want to encourage you. The Lord has kept you from all this time till now, will keep you to the end and help you to fulfill your destiny, your purpose, so you can hear him say, well done on that final day. So thank you for all you do, and God be with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, Kisiya.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from, and your comments?
I'm Tony Chude. I'm calling from Ayobo.
Okay, go ahead, Tony.
Beloved Alice, we are inspired listening to you. The love of God will not depart from you and your family. We love you, and you are in my prayer diary now. By the grace of God, on September 29, we'll see how we can identify with your purpose. Thank you so much. We love you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Thank you. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Alice.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Yeah, just like my fellow callers have said, we are with you. We encourage you. We like your boldness, your strength. When we hear what is going on, it is so pathetic that the world has been divided across religious lines. And the kind of information we have in this part of the world, the same people, our people here normally go to their land to do pilgrimage, are the people who are decimating people and occupying their homes. I just want to encourage you that anything that has started will have an ending. One day, all these things will be over. It's a question of time. Just be courageous. We'll be with you on that September 29. May the Lord be with you, my sister. Be courageous.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll pick up the last call, and then I know you'd be overwhelmed. Hello?
Yes, it's okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
I greet your guest,
Yes.
Alice.
Yes.
Well, my name is Rapuch.
Hello.
Go ahead.
My name is Rapuch.
Go ahead, Rapuchuki.
Okay, good. I just want to tell you, I guess you have made a very touching statement this evening. I just want to tell her to hold on to that God. She's gonna come for their rescue and honor them. Yeah, peace on the way.
Okay, thank you.
Sooner or later,
Thank you.
you're gonna have that peace. Just hold on to that God, and God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you.
Let me read. I have a message on WhatsApp. Good evening, Kisiya again. Alice, my name is Mawutin from Ikoyi. I really want to salute your guest. I wish her all the best. I have a question for your guest. How does she relate with the Muslim Arabs in this struggle of independence? Does she face discrimination or segregation because of her faith?
No, there is nothing like this. Christians, Muslims here are the same, facing the same occupation, and Bethlehem, or the Holy Land, is the land of all religions. So it was never and will never be about religion. Whoever is racist is the Zionist. It's a movement. It's not even related to Jews. There are lots of friends, they are Jews, that supporting me in my case, and they were also arrested for this case, and also Muslims. So it was never about religion, and here in the Holy Land we are all standing together.
Indeed. Somebody's asking, are you joining in from occupied East Jerusalem or West Bank? I did tell them earlier, but go ahead.
It's hard to separate because it's the same area almost, but let's say both of them are occupied. So
Exactly. All right.
Even if the West Bank is occupied or Jerusalem.
Exactly. Thank you. I'll just go to the calls. Hello. Hello. I need you to speak up, please.
Yeah. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
I'm very encouraging for that lady.
I can't hear you properly. The line isn't good.
God will be with her.
Okay, amen.
I'm afraid of her, operating on that kind of war zone.
Okay, he was afraid for you being in the war zone like that, and he will pray for you. I believe is what I heard. It wasn't a great line. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
Evangelist Johnson from Lagos.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this program really needs my attention because Ireti and Alice. Ireti is my cousin, while the Alice is my sister. Then 29th of September is my birthday. So on that day, I so believe that God will let me to remember. I will be on fasting in the early hours of the day, and then I will continue with my prayers throughout the day because I've been crying this conflict in that area of the world, part of the world. What is going on? Israel, they are God people. When I heard that they have the mind, even if your enemies are fighting against you, you don't just destroy people anyhow. They are all created by God. And the problem we are having there is the same problem we are having here, especially in Nigeria. The people of God, they are scared away from their responsibility. They are always afraid. Why should you be afraid if you believe in God? God will never allow your enemies to destroy you as far as you believe in Him.
Amen.
So I so much encourage Alice to keep fighting. God must stand by you. We're praying for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Gosh, there's been
Thank you.
It's been and they're still calling, but we don't have much time. Alice, let me say I need to ask you though, and I did want to ask earlier, but the calls got in. I'll ask you this before we close. Has it been worse for you as a Palestinian Israeli, which would seem to most people like an oxymoron, but it's actually your life? You are Palestinian and you have Israeli citizenship. Have things been worse since October 7th?
Here, yeah, it's been worse. The army, the settlers' violence, the land theft, the killing, everything. It's worse. Even it's worse on their own people. Jews, Israelis are also protesting against the government. So it's worse, even internal and external.
Internal, yeah. Okay, so we're coming to the end of the show. I only have a few minutes, 3 minutes or so left, I believe. If you want to call, you can call now. I'll take your call. Otherwise, I'm going to let Alice close. Because incidentally, she was only supposed to be here for 30 minutes. And she's done pretty much an hour. That's what happens on this show, Alice. I told you, it goes so fast and it is so involved.
Thank you. And I love Nigeria. I swear, I have lots of Nigerian friends. Actually, my roommate, she was Nigerian.
Oh,
Her
wow.
name is Esther.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I really appreciate the Nigerian spirit. Great people, and they have strong faith, and I learned so much from them.
Wow.
And also the Nigerian parties.
Yes, the Nigerian parties are pretty great. Yes.
They used to call me Nigerian girl. Nigerian, how far?
Look, Alice, we have adopted you in Nigeria. Look, your story, the courage, the boldness, the fearlessness, the truth, the honesty, the justice, the injustice, the fact that everybody is with you. It's literally impossible not to be with you, because this is just a story of, David and Goliath, and of that, your faith will always see you through. It's been an absolute honor to speak with you. It's been an absolute honor to hear your story directly from you and from your mom. Our love, our heart goes out to you, your mom, your dad, your sister, and everybody that is supporting you. Go ahead and give us that date again before you go, and then you can sign off.
Okay, 29th of September. I'm going to tell you, maybe you can publish that or invite people to the community. We're going to pray. We're going to stand in front main churches. We're going to connect all the community together around the world and get prayers from Bethlehem.
Okay.
To the whole world. I think it will raise the vibration all around the world.
Indeed.
For peace.
Indeed, it will. It might seem silly, but I do wish you a really good weekend. I wish you a non-violent weekend. I wish you a spiritual weekend. I wish you a courageous weekend and a weekend of laughter and joy with your family.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I appreciate it, and it's my honor to be on your show.
And if you all want to follow Alice so you can keep up to date with what's going on, her Instagram handle is KISIYE for Echo Alice. Kisiya Alice. Kisiya Alice. At Kisiya Alice. You can join her. You will be able to get updated and know what's going on. And she'll be posting exactly what time the prayers will be happening on the 29th. Thank you so much, Alice. Take care and all the best.
Thank you. Take care of yourself. Thank you. Love you.
Love you more. Bye-bye.
Bye.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.